have today as our moderator, esteemed Joel Rubin, who is owner and director of Rubin Communications Group, and many of you know him from his time in the community show that was On the Record, and a few of you actually have been on that show. He's a UVA alum and a public relations consultant, so we're delighted to have Joel as our moderator this morning. He will be reading the questions. If they're specific to a candidate, he'll indicate that. Otherwise, then generally it will be for all candidates. And our intro is 1 minute. We're going to start at the far end for intro and closing. We'll go in the opposite direction. I'm going to ask you to stand for the invocation and pledge, and we will also have a couple minutes for the banner as well. Lord, we ask your blessing today, that you may provide our candidates and elected officials with your wisdom and impart a sense of ethical behavior. Acknowledge that because an action is legal, it does not make it right. We ask this in your name.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I neglected to introduce myself because I guess I've been doing this so long. I'm Marlena Castellucci, the chair of the BDTA. And we have noticed, since we backed everything back a half an hour, that obviously there are a number of members that don't read their emails because we were expecting a little different turnout this morning. But we have some new people here, and I'm delighted, and we're going to start. Joel, you can... Oh, our timekeepers, I'm sorry. We have very diligent timekeepers this morning. If you will show the signs, ladies, they're at 30 seconds, at 15, and you can't miss this one. Stop.
I'm indicating you want to do a rebuttal. Just raise it, just let me do something like this. Yeah. Kind of like an auction. Yeah. Stand up and scream. Mr. Martin, I cannot believe you said that. Just like his wife. That's going to get 20 minutes. She doesn't use Mr. though.
And if you have a burning question after you hear a response, just raise your hand, and we have people that have cards. Dave and Diana will get them to you. So if something triggers it, and Dana from Marion Manor.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to Marion Manor Assisted Living. My name is Dana Gregory. I'm the Director of Community Relations here at Marion Manor. Marion Manor is a nonprofit assisted living. We are celebrating our 25th anniversary here. We are very excited about that. We are serving seniors 62 and older who need assisted living. We are strictly licensed for assisted living through the Department of Social Services. We were sponsored and founded by the Catholic Diocese. We share this piece of property with St. Gregory's and St. Gregory the Great School. So we are very fortunate to have those two entities to support our seniors. If anyone at any time would like some more information about the community or would like to get involved, maybe volunteering, we do a lot of community outreach, hosting meetings such as Taxpayers every month, as well as I do speaking engagements if need be. So please make yourself comfortable. I'd be really willing to support you. Let me know. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
I think it's great that Marion Manor hosts this organization on a regular basis. I feel like I've been in this room 100 times. That's what you've done, Boss. In fact, John, they're going to give you a room. Some folks here think it should be sooner than later. Actually, not in this room. They all like it. Listen, thank you all very much. Thank you all for being here today. Shows your interest in community affairs. And let me also say thank you to all the candidates. I always say it is great that people step up and do this. It requires a lot of work, either going door to door and or raising money and or becoming engaged in the issues, doing a lot of research, and understanding the challenges facing our city. So thank all of you for running, some of you in some cases serving, some of you for a number of years. I know it's a burden we all, I think I can speak on behalf of everybody in this room, we all appreciate it, what you do. What I'm going to do is give each of you going to get a minute to speak. If you go a few seconds over, I'm not going to yank you off the stage, even though they're holding these things up. So, don't I've been done a lot of these, and you guys are always very good about sticking to your time. So I do want, if you could, somebody did ask, what do you think is the single greatest challenge facing Virginia Beach? So if you're going through today, think about what you think, and maybe incorporate that into your 1 minute. What do you think is the single greatest challenge facing Virginia Beach? And maybe that's something that if you either are on city council and looking forward to another 4 years potentially, if you win, or you're thinking about your first 4 years, the first complete term on council, what would be the thing that you would like to really focus your attention on as you're going forward? And that would be, like, I think, would be considered to be the single greatest challenge facing Virginia Beach. So, okay, well, let's start down here with Shannon, because we'll let some of the newbies chance to formulate their thoughts. Shannon should already know what it is. She's been on council now for a couple of years, so you can start off and get a minute to tell us what's going on.
Disclaimer, a couple,
Last
not,
2 years.
less than a year.
Less than a year.
Good morning, I'm Shannon Kane. I am the Rose Hall City Councilwoman on council. I replaced Glenn Davis when he won his delegate seat to move up to Richmond last November. I'm here to keep my seat in November, and I'm here to get your vote and hope that I can win you over and encourage you to vote for me. I'm a small business owner, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. My background's in the nonprofit world. So I know how to operate lean, I know how to do more with less, and I think that's what we need to do as a city, is continue doing that. This is really going to make me nervous watching these numbers pop up in front of me. The biggest single thing about our city, or challenge that we face, I think we've got quite a bit, but I think where it all culminates is that we are now, we were a young city, we're 50 years old, but we now have big city problems. We've grown, and we've gotten to a time that we've got infrastructure issues, we've got lots of things going on that we're going to have to face because we have reached that capacity of being a large city, and we're facing big city problems, and that's what we need to focus on.
Thank you, Shannon. Okay, Stephen Johnston is running against you.
Hello, I'm Stephen Johnston. I'm running for the Rose Hall seat. I'm a native here. Well, I'm not native, but I've lived here in Virginia Beach most of my life. I was raised here. I graduated in Kellam High School in 1982. I've seen what Virginia Beach was, seen what we are now. I'd like to be part of where we're going in the future. And our biggest challenge is the withdrawal of the military career and the fact that we have not divested our economy here in Virginia Beach. We've concentrated everything on the ocean front and the military. We have not concentrated on job creation in the small industries that we need to do it. My campaign has been focusing on taking this money that we're giving to the developers and using it to lowering our business taxes. Lowering business taxes will attract new businesses to the area, bringing us better jobs. Right now, 60% of the people in Virginia Beach live on food stamps. 40% of the children in our schools are living in the poverty level and get free and reduced lunches. To me, that's unacceptable for a city like Virginia Beach. We should have enough jobs, quality jobs, for everybody to be able to support their families. Thanks, Stephen.
James Cavanis, third candidate in the Rose Hall.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Joel. I'm James Cavanis, running for Virginia Beach City Council in the Rose Hall District. I work at Norfolk State University as an academic advisor, family man, have a wonderful wife and a beautiful 9-month-old baby girl. Worked hard with the mayor, bringing concerns and issues to the round table to bring solutions for city council. Also, making sure I was diligent working in the youth, working in high schools, helping our youth out, showing them the importance of getting their education and civic engagement. All of this gives me the opportunity to want to run for city council. One of the things I think that is the biggest challenge that really has been neglected for quite some time is our transportation issues. We've grown as a city, but yet we haven't faced the issues and the concerns that the traffic has brought forth that affects such issues such as military, people staying in the area, job growth. Those things that need to be addressed that we have not addressed. And I believe that when I get to city council, I look forward to addressing those issues. So that's something that I definitely look forward to addressing, and I look forward to your support and your vote this November 4th. Thank you.
Barbara Headley.
Good morning, I'm Barbara Henley, and I'm running for re-election to the Prince Sand District seat on the City Council. I'm a native of the city. I have a bachelor's in education and a master's in urban studies from Old Dominion. My family and I own and operate Henley Farm in Pungo. I really appreciate the opportunity that I've had to serve on the City Council, and I assure you that I take the responsibility very seriously. Virginia Beach is the largest city in the Commonwealth with almost 450,000 citizens. And my commitment to you is that I will assure, I think, to do the very best I can to assure that we have put the needs and concerns of our citizens first. I believe that the commitment to keep Virginia Beach financially stable and strong is where we really need to focus our attention. I think we weathered the recent Great Recession remarkably well, and we definitely are very much concerned about jobs, and we have taken steps to diversify our economy. I look forward to hearing your questions and answering them as we go forward.
Next is Martin.
Good morning. My name is Pyrie Burton, and I'm running for the Princess Anne District City Council seat. I am a native here of Hampton Roads. I was here since 1986, and we brought here via the military by my parents. I am served currently as a branch manager for a mortgage company. I've been a real estate professional in the Hampton Roads area for the past 13 years. I actually have a mentor. I'm a director of operations where I mentor at-risk kids in our Virginia Beach school system. I also actually work at the food bank drives to actually deliver food to assisted living facilities like the Holland House off of Holland Road. The reason that I'm running for city council is because I am actively involved in the community and I see the concerns of the citizens. One of the concerns is that city council has been more developer friendly and less citizen friendly. So I hope to bring a voice, your voice from the citizens to city council in the hopes, she keeps putting these on. I hope to bring a voice of the citizens to city council so that we can express your concerns. My aspiration is of service, and I believe that that's what city council is lacking currently now. So I hope to have your voice and your vote this November.
You win because you managed to.
I have 4 or 5 stars.
Lewis.
Good morning. I'm Lewis Jones. I'm a business owner in Virginia Beach and Norfolk and Chesapeake. I own Holland Brown Funeral Homes. I have a BS degree in business administration from Old Dominion University. I've served on the city council a total of 28 years. Enjoyed every minute of it. Probably, I think, the biggest challenge that Virginia Beach is facing is prioritizing its opportunities. I think there's so many opportunities that have been presented to us as a result of the fact that we're the largest city in Virginia, and people want to come to Virginia Beach and establish business and so forth. And the fiscal constraints that we have upon us because of mandates from the state and so forth make it impossible for us to do everything. So the fiscal constraints and the opportunities that we have don't quite match up, and that's our biggest challenge in my view.
Thank you. Mr. Moss, John Moss.
Good morning, I am John Moss, and I am asking for your vote in the at-large race. I think our biggest challenge is diversifying the economy, because why? We have to increase household incomes to afford the things we want to invest in. Most people don't know that median family income fell 4.6% last year. Real family income since 2005 in purchasing power terms for the median family is down $7,000. That's not the council's fault, but it is an economic condition. Our biggest challenge is to diversify the economy. I enjoy serving you. 3 years ago, I told you that I'd be frugal with your tax dollars. I have been. I told you I would represent the public interest over special interest I have. I told you I'd be loyal to my oath of office, and I would always put the public interest over special interest. I will continue to do that. I want to be your voice and your vote on City Council. I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Brad Martin.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Brad Martin. I am running to keep my seat in the at-large contest for City Council this year. I was appointed in January when the citizens of Virginia Beach elected Bill D. Step up to be our state president. So I'm in the seat that he was elected to 4 years ago. I'm a small business owner. I run Martin Engineering. I started that in 2007, and we've weathered the economic storm. And now we're a bustling little engineering firm of 6 people. I'm excited to be on City Council, and I think instead of our greatest challenge, Mr. Jones spoke about our greatest opportunity. We are right at the crossroads of breaking out of this mold of a sleepy little tourist staycation city, and we are really putting ourselves on the map, and we have opportunities to do so, whether it's development opportunities or stormwater flood control, how we deal with that. We've got some real opportunities ahead of us, and we're going to make decisions to set the next 50 years. I am going to apologize that my son and I have to leave at about 9:15 this morning. We're going to head down to the Neptune Festival Parade. We're walking with the Special Olympics athletes in that. So nice to be here.
Ben Davenport.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ben Davenport, and I'm running for Virginia Beach City Council at large. I'm born and raised in Virginia Beach. I'm a graduate of the Virginia Beach City Public School System. And I believe that one of the biggest challenges facing our city is right now, our largest employer is the Defense Department. Sequestration is scheduled to cut $600 million from the budget over the next 10 years. Now, how is that going to affect us? Well, we've got the largest master jet base on the East Coast, and many of our residents work in Norfolk Naval Station, the largest Navy base in the world. We need to diversify our economy. We need to attract new investment to our city. Otherwise, we are going to be in a sad state 10 years from now. That's why I'm running for City Council. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, I have a number of questions here that have come in, and more, feel free to send me more as we go through them. And a lot of them, obviously, because we're at BBTA here, relate to taxes, and we'll get to some of those. And okay. Everybody has an opportunity to give a 1-minute answer if you want. If you don't want to give a 1-minute answer, you don't. A 30-second answer, 30-second answer. If you don't want, you don't have to. If there's a particular accusation or whatever leveled against a particular person, that person gets a chance to rebut. So I'm just not going to. I'm going to monitor that, so we're not spending so much time on one question. I will start with one that is topical. There was a referendum on extending the tide into our city. Please explain what your understanding is for what, as the referendum question stated, is reasonable in regard to extending the tide. Do you feel $100 million a mile and no federal match is reasonable? And then why don't we start down at that and then start here?
Well, I'm a huge proponent of light rail. I believe that a referendum was set, and I believe we need to follow the mandate that the city set forward. What is reasonable? Now, the current projections are $327 million for light rail, of which $155 million is being put up by the state. Now, is that reasonable, considering that the city of Norfolk had a $100 million overrun, and they were close to $350 million for 7.5 miles of track, and we're talking about $327 million for 3.5 miles of track? I believe that the time is now for us to do light rail. If we don't do light rail now, it will never happen. And we need light rail if we're going to attract the millennial generation. Make no mistake about it. This is a choice about us being a city of the future or a city of the past. It's only going to get more expensive every year we wait. Make no mistake about it.
Brad?
Reasonable is a tough thing, and as an engineer, I look at $300 and some million for 7 miles of light rail in Norfolk and $300 and some million for 3 miles in Virginia Beach, and that starts to bring up some questions. I believe that my 11-year-old son Henry, if he goes to college and hopefully comes back here, I think light rail will be a part of his transportation solution. And I think we need to take steps today that are going to get us somewhere in 20 years where we do have a mature, not just light rail, but a mature intermodal public transportation system to serve the citizens of Virginia Beach and the citizens of Tidewater.
John Moss?
The public's instruction were to do what was reasonable. We don't even know if the final report will recommend light rail. It might recommend rapid bus transit. So I think we have to wait till next March or April when we get the final report, the final recommendation, the final cost, and the most important piece, how and who is going to pay. So I don't know what reasonable is yet, but I do know that transit is about the future, and I hope 50 years from now people don't say that when we had the opportunity, we used a 19th century trolley system. We should be building maglev, a 21st century solution for a 21st century problem.
Lewis?
Well, I looked it up this morning, and the referendum reads, should the city council adopt an ordinance approving the use of all reasonable efforts to support the financing and development of the Tide Light Rail into Virginia Beach? That's a pretty broad statement. And